Okay, guys, welcome on. Welcome on, everyone. All right. So, welcome all of you, all my students, all my YouTube students. Welcome, everybody. All right, now let's get cracking. All right. So, without further ado, guys, welcome to our live Forex analysis session. Today is Thursday, the 22nd, and I hope you guys are having a great summer everywhere around the world. All right. So, we've had our interest rate decision come out. I've been eyeing this up for the whole week. So we have the rate remain unchanged. Now, it wasn't very difficult to work this out. In light of everything that's happening with COVID and the COVID situation, it's highly unlikely that there is going to be any sort of change in any interest rate or any rates at all. I think every central bank is trying to maintain at the moment because of the uncertainty around certain areas of the financial market and the world in general. So we've had an interest rate, deposit rate, and monetary decision statement released. Now the news is not finished on the euro. We do have news at 1:30, okay, which is a press conference by the European Central Bank. So we will have Governor, President Lagarde, I should say, President Lagarde and her other colleagues presenting information to do with the euro. Okay. Now skipping down into later this evening, 11:45 GMT, we have a speech from Governor Lau, which is the Royal Bank of Australia's governor, principal governor. And into Friday, guys, the only news that we have left, okay, is the PMI's information, which comes out the latest being at 1:30. So we have a range of medium to high impact news. So Friday, we might see some good volatility. Okay, but really this speech here, the press conference, we could really see some price action movement now. Has just started here. So I'm going to switch over to the charts here. And I want you guys to see now, I gave out USD as a signal here. Now, the only thing is that I was watching the price action very carefully. And when I gave this signal here, you can see my markings are correct. The price has done exactly what we want. However, I was a bit, and I made the students delete this, sadly. Now, if you guys want to see what the signal I posted here, I did post out the signal, I believe I can post it out here. I'll switch the screen to show you guys. For any of you that didn't see, I'll switch it over in a moment. But anyway, we've had some price action here for a long. Now, we deleted our pending orders because we got very close to the news period. And if I'll be honest, I didn't want to be spiked out by the news. And also, I was seeing things in the price that may actually cause us to push a little bit lower. Now, at the moment, the price, as you can see, my original markings are here. The price did exactly what we needed it to do. I can get rid of all of this now. We don't even need it. All right. So the price pulled back exactly to where we wanted it to. I had a pending order set for 0. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys on this account because I do have it here. Here we go. So I have let's see if I have it. Or time. Let's go by time. All right. So you can see, guys, I had a pending order here for 0.9714. Okay. So 0.9714 is right here. So it's really, really accurate, this entry right here. And stop loss was, again, somewhere around here. And I'm expecting a long. Now, the price is going to a very important area where it may struggle to continue going long, but at the same time could provide a very good entry here. So this entry right here that I'm looking for, I can get rid of my markings here. Don't need any of it. This pullback we're having right here is what I expected to happen. So in a sense, I'm not so upset that we didn't get the exact pending order because sometimes that can happen, but rather what I am happy about is to see the price do exactly what we were saying. Now, even though we've had that happen, it doesn't mean we're safe yet. For me, I would like to see how the price operates at this supply zone right here. This 15-minute supply zone, although it's a very small zone, is highly important in the price action. Now, going to break down the analysis again. If we do get a break above this supply zone, then I will be inclined to place an order. At the moment, you can see this aggressive pullback we're having here. And this is the danger that I foresaw. I had the worry that the price pulling back here, it might actually do the opposite and reverse. Because I am seeing some lows and certain price action beneath this area that was pushing me to believe that we might actually get a short. Now, the price has just pulled back for a second entry again, but I'm still not convinced to go and buy just yet. Okay. It is a very beautiful pullback that the price has done. However, I'm not going to react. I want to keep things very, very, the term is very healthy. Okay. If I can put it that way. And what I mean by that is that I don't want to enter until it does now. Of course, if I get in where I got in just now, I would get an extra 20 pips, but I don't really care about the pips at the moment. I rather really care about the price action and what the price is actually doing. Okay. So I'm not really too concerned with that. All right. So let's go further and see what happened here. All right. I'm going to switch this over so that we can see a bit better. All right. So if I go back to the M30 here for a moment, on the M30, guys, there's a demand zone over here. And this is the other query that I had with the price, which is at this demand zone, there is room for the price to push further down back to this area here, the 912, and then take off for a long. That is potentially possible. So me seeing this, when I saw the price action for this movement, even though it's a fantastic long, I really do want to see a break above this demand. At the moment, this demand zone has been reoptimized just in this moment as a supply area. However, if we get the reoptimization of the zone and the price breaks above and returns, we can use this same area for its original purpose, which is demand. Okay. At the moment, the price is struggling around this area, which is what I thought as much. And this is why I'm very poised on using the 15-minute zone. I don't mind taking the risk if there's a break in the return. That will give me peace of mind that we're in the right direction even more. You know, again, the reason why I closed the pending order, one was because the news, okay, the European news was in a few minutes, and there is the potential for the price to spike. So I didn't want to have unnecessary spikes and try to chase the market and stuff. So I led all the students to come out with the position. I guess maybe I shouldn't. However, now that the price has done this and we have such a strong reaction from this supply zone, I am cautious of the price, if I put it that way. I am cautious of USD CHF that there is cause for the price to go short, and there is very good cause for the price to go long also. Okay. Now, on the short side of things, if this does actually take a short position and we got the short going along, then I expect it to make its way back down to here and even back to this demand zone. So keep your eyes peeled, guys, or your eyes peeled, I should say, for what the price does. I just want to make sure with this price action that when we get involved in this trade, we're doing it in the best way possible. So this is the only reason why you haven't seen me, react. You know, one of the reasons I'm worried, I'm not worried of watching the price is just this price action in this region here. Potentially, I know it's the M1, but to explain all of this will take a while. But watching the M1 here, I do see things that possibly could push the price to go short. Now, I know macro versus micro, you want to follow the macro, but macros do matter. And if the price struggles too much above here, I wouldn't be taking USD CHF long today. I'd rather just leave it alone. Okay. So let's continue going. So where we are here. Now it seems like we're having a dollar effect because we've just had a massive spike on by what we have on Bitcoin. Doge hasn't really reacted as much. Doge is kind of still, but I'm saying Binance. Bitcoin's kind of taken a spike on the upside, which I would expect from the price. Is going to be a natural reaction for it to do so, but it's not really a big deal. The price is in a range and it's been in a range for most of the day. Okay. So this strong spike here and all the bouncing, I think the price will kind of swallow up all that movement. All right. And I think we have an alarm trigger. So what is the alarm? Let's see. So we have an alert for USD Japanese yen. So let's head over and see what that is for. All right. So USD Japanese yen has given me an alert here. I was expecting to see a break beneath here on the 30-minute time frame or even the hourly, but for a sell, but we'll see what happens. It seems that the US dollar is starting to weaken. Okay. But we will know pretty soon what the price is trying to do. And this is why, again, USD CHF, I'm still keeping my eyes peeled and taking everything with a pinch of salt. Now, even with my Bitcoin entry, as good as it is, I may actually close my Doge and re-enter. I don't have any problems with it. I mean, with Doge, there isn't much liquidity holding the price up anyway, so it really wouldn't go too far. With BTC, the volatility is a bit higher, as you can see. The price kind of spiked quite a bit, so there is some possible danger there. But I still believe in the price going short, at least down to here, and then the rest is history. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled and not get phased by the price at all. But I just wanted to show you that. So if you caught this entry for Bitcoin, boy, well done as well. I did give this out to you all. All right, let's have a look moving forward. Let's see. Now because we're getting into Friday, I'm not really going to go too heavy on trades. I'm just going to look for what we have and try to capture whatever we can. So we've got pound USD here, USD CHF also. All right. And let's see how the price behaves again. Let's see Euro USD. So Euro USD is actually giving us a very strong spike here. And it looks like the price is going to push short on Euro USD here, which is what we would want. All right. I do think that we have lower lows to go for. So this is why, again, I'm keeping my eyes peeled because the market is very volatile. But you can see if Euro USD, the spike that we had here. We had such a strong spike of about 40 pips both sides, and now the price is seemingly going short. So let's see. All right, let's go to USD JPY here, see what's happening. USD CAD. All right, now today is a very different day because whenever the market is a Thursday and we have activity like news like this, I rather prefer to scan through and look for opportunities rather than try to do a full-on analysis, in the sense that a full breakdown of all the timeframes. As a day trader, when it gets to Thursday, we know we only have really one day left to kind of get things cracking along. So you won't really see us going for heavy analysis really. Okay. I'm just scanning through to see what else is available. And if I don't see anything, this session will be done because there isn't any need to go any further. Now, Euro Japanese yen just gave a good trigger for a short right here. And this will be great to ride the wave down. Let me see something here. Here's a good scalp that we can go for. If we get a break beneath this 15-minute zone and a return, we have a good trade on our hands. Yeah, I like this. I like the look of this. But I'm going to wait for the 15-minute close. All right, guys, if you want to take this, you can. This is a very simple trade. Just a break beneath here and then a return on Euro Japanese yen. And then we can go for a short. This is why, again, guys, you have to be careful with the news, because the news spike right here. Here we go. The news came out. Server time is 2:45, which means that was at 12:45 GMT. We had a very strong spike on the upside, but the price reversed on the way down. So this is why don't trade the news, guys, no matter what, because you will always get yourself in trouble by doing so, especially European news. All right. So let's watch for Euro USD. This looks like a good trade. Let's see on the 30-minute what's happening here. All right. This looks nice. You could probably ride this all the way down. Now, Euro Japanese yen, I still think it has a little bit more on its way to go down on the short side. I was hoping to see it take these lows right here into demand, which we didn't have. So possibly we could have that, but it all depends on the market structure, especially around here. This supply zone right here, if the price closes within it, and it's hard to tell because you will never know until the day ends. But if you do have a daily close back within this area, then the price will possibly push along one more time. But for the meantime, it does look quite clean, what we have here. It does look quite clean for a short. It's actually a very beautiful short. Possibly it might even give us a re-entry tomorrow even, so we don't want to force it, but let's keep our eyes peeled here. Let's see what else is there. I think I'm just going to throw the opportunities that are out there, guys, and then after we can take it from there. All right, let's see. I have so many charts open at the moment. Okay, I need to turn off that alarm for USD Japanese yen because it's a little bit annoying. Here we go. All right, so we've got pound Japanese yen pushing long as well, and we've had a short pullback. Let's see what else is available for us. Okay, AUD Japanese yen. Okay, so Euro New Zealand dollar. That's where we are at the moment. CAD CHF. Okay. So this is what I do, guys, on a casual day. If I don't see anything, I like to scan just to observe and see what's in the market, what's available, what's possible. Okay. All right. All right. Now, from what I can see on the price action, it seems that we're quite dovish on the euro, and probably the speech will be dovish as well. Or in other words, bearish, if you want to put it out. Hawkish and dovish, guys, is the equivalent of bullish and bearish in a sense. Okay, so dovish is more bearish for the outlook, and hawkish is more bullish for the outlook. Okay, now gold versus the euro, for the way I can tell is that gold versus the euro is become, from this news we've had, is become more expensive to buy 1 troy ounce of gold. And gold is a very good marker because it's based on, to a good degree, true supply and demand compared to currencies by a long shot, because it is an actual commodity. So on that note, seeing this spike in the price, it seems that the euro is slightly bearish short term. Okay, and it probably may continue that way. So with euro Japanese yen, I wouldn't be surprised if the price is going short. It should actually be going short. Okay. Let's see what else is here. All right. Pound CAD and some of these pound pairs haven't been affected as much. They seem to be just fine. I've had a small spike here to fill this gap on a euro AUD. Let's see, but the price seems very heavily bearish anyway. I think we just had a re-entry here, so I'm going to throw this out. We've just had a re-entry right here. Price spiked into this. If it pulls back one more time, then that may be your chance to get in on the 5-minute from here and ride this wave down. I do think euro AUD has a bit more room to go down on the short side. And my target would be at this low right here, just beneath. So we're looking at another 72 pips. This looks not so bad at all. All right, let's see. I think the euro pairs are actually performing nicely from a technical standpoint, but to jump into them just like that, you've got to be very careful. So you can see, look at what euro USD has done. Is the most, euro USD and pound USD are the most highly manipulated crypto pairs, saying crypto, excuse me, forex pairs in the market. We have a spike. If we look at these two spikes, we have a spike range of 43 pips up and down. Now, why do you think the market did this? Very simple. If you try to straddle, so if you try to put a buy stop or a sell stop on either side of the market to capture whatever movement on the news, you would have been stopped out both ways. So this is why we don't do this kind of trading. The algorithm of the market has machine learning, guys. So over time, it's developing and becoming better and better. Okay. So when it comes to how you trade, you want to make sure you're very careful with how you trade. And this is why I don't mind missing out on the first 20 or 30 pips to capture the rest if I have a good confirmation. I still do think that euro USD is going to go short from what I can see here. This spike here. Any stop losses on the sell side and on the buy side, pending orders would have been triggered. But for now, I wouldn't force it. It's very volatile at the moment. I might even just come back later on and see what the price is doing here. All right. For me, my main trades already, I'm already in Bitcoin deep. As you guys can see, I captured those entries I was talking about. All right. And we can do more descriptions on as to why. But for now, looking at the price action here, it is a bit crazy. You can see USD CHF, as I said, that 15-minute zone is everything. If that 15-minute zone does not get broken above, I will not participate in this trade, no matter what. Okay, so please keep your eyes peeled. All right, let's have a little bit more of a look. Just to scan through, let's see euro Japanese yen. Now, the euro Japanese yen looks, I have to say, it looks really good. Let me see something here. Yeah, I just would like it to do a little bit more. This supply zone here, the way the price is broken above, this could be a return for a continuation. So this spike we've seen down here might just be another entry to go along. So this is why I'm reluctant to jump into anything. I wish it was a short because it would have been a fantastic one. But we haven't had that yet. So I think at this moment the volatility is still high and it wouldn't be wise to get into anything. Pound pairs are not affected and they should be on their way long. Like, for example, pound USD, this long that is performing at the moment, we always said it was going to do so. If you guys remember my analysis here, look at what the price has done, guys. Exactly into this order block right here. So powerfully. So powerful. I do think that, you know what, the entry wasn't so fair to get into. It wasn't the easiest one to just jump in, but you can see what the price has done, how far it's gone back. It's pulling back to the areas that we were at when we were in the sell. Okay. Now, I wish I had a better entry or better chance to get into this because it's been fantastic, but sadly, we didn't get that. All right. Where's pound Japanese yen? Okay, pound Japanese yen is here. So pound Japanese yen, as I said, I really like the currency because it has a lot. It seems to take a lot, or it can, or I would say, it absorbs a lot more of the market effect that comes from the volatility of the US dollar. Okay, the Japanese yen is quite stable. The pound can be quite volatile at times, but not as much as the US dollar. But this nice harmony between the two, I'm finding to be very successful for trades. I really do like pound and Japanese yen. So saying that, if I go here, let's say, put this right here on the H4, the price is broken past this supply zone and is still pushing up. So I do expect it to continue. We've had this very strong short movement here to trap bearish liquidity. And now we've had a very strong short. We've had literally 300 pips long also. When I was watching pound Japanese yen, one of the reasons I closed early, guys, that I don't know if I mentioned, is because I was in a short from pound Japanese yen here and I closed roughly around about here, which is in the grand scheme of things is way too early when we look at what the price did. But the reason why I closed is because on the return, I saw a gap here, somewhere around here that wasn't filled, and I thought the price was going to reverse. Now, bearing in mind, guys, pound Japanese yen last week and pound USD returned back to the same area about 3 or 4, even 5 or 6 times. So mentally, I was already, it was a Friday, I was mentally ready to just give it up and maybe get a continuation next week, which we did get. Now, since the price has broken past this region here, I do think that the market will come and fill this gap. I don't know if this is another re-entry to go for a sell. I couldn't completely say so. Now, from a fundamental perspective anyway, the pound should be very strongly bullish. And the reason is because we are out of lockdown. Okay, we've finally come out of the hiding phase. So that is good for the pound. More commerce will happen, more buying, more spending, which will boost the economy. There are still some uncertainties, but fundamentally speaking, the pound should be very strong. Okay, so this spike we've had here on the price, the way it has moved, I do believe the price will give us another chance. How it will do so at the moment is hard to tell. And I'd rather wait till next week to kind of interact with any pound pairs, if I'd be really honest. At the moment, I think it'll be wiser to just stand back and analyze and just hold our ground and have patience, you know? Some trades that you see me guys take on the live that have made good profit, sometimes you have to wait a little bit for that moment, for that clear sign to know what to do. Okay. So I'm going to do my last famous scan of all the pairs. USD Japanese yen is really struggling. I mean, excuse me, USD CHF is really struggling to make it. And the M1 activity I'm seeing, if the price gets below here, then this was really a sell entry to continue rather than a buy. And this is why I told you, and the students, I'm sure you thank me now. This is why I said to delete the pending orders, because price is a bit sketchy and possibly might give us a short instead of a long. Okay. All right, let's go on to see what else is going on here. All right, so USD CHF is really tanking down now. Excuse me, USD Japanese yen. Today I've got all my pairs mixed up, but you understand what I'm saying, guys. So initially, guys, I wanted to take a sell temporarily on the USD Japanese yen. Reason is that this market here on this day, the price didn't return back to supply, but yet we had a very strong short, which to me is not efficiency in the price. I wanted to see a return here. So yesterday we had a return to supply, and this is why we're seeing a very strong reaction. Now, it could be short-lived and end right around about here and continue long again. But this is why I had an alarm set for USD Japanese yen, because I wanted to take advantage of this movement here. When we see it from here, guys, you will see that price run above this high, and we've had a strong short. Now, it's not the strongest short and it's not the largest one, but it is substantial enough. Now, why I believe it may end here is because we have a supply zone, which is a flip zone. I do think that the price could continue and go long, but if, and this is a big if we get a reoptimization or reuse of this area for supply, which is its original use, I believe we're going to get a very, very, very good short from here that can lead us down to roughly around these regions here. Now, I do still believe in the long more than the short temporarily. And the reason is, if I go back to the daily time frame here, we had an attack of this low. The price gave us a very strong attack of this low. And from the daily macro structure of what we have, this supply zone over here, the price dipped into here and used this area of supply as demand. So to me, this is a very strong push here. This is why even though it's a short, it was a more of a short-term one where the price might return a second time. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, it's still right now is a Thursday, so I'm trying to not slow down, but just keep the positions I have open and manage those and not try to get myself entangled too much. But this is what I was looking for. But hey, if USD does do this, then even if it doesn't come back to this area, even if it just came for these lows of this day here, it would be a nice 64 pip drop. Okay. Providing that the stop loss is correct, then you could get a good 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 risk to reward. For me personally, guys, I never take a trade that is less than 1 to 5 risk to reward. Reason simply is because it helps me to cut out trades that they're great, but they're not worth the time. Trading is supposed to be something where you spend minimal time in terms of analysis. By the time you get better, of course, there's a prerequisite you need to practice, but you want to make your money. You're an employee. You don't want to be wasting hours and hours on the charts just to go for a trade that has, if you risk 1%, you're going to earn 1%. If you're going to spend that kind of time on the charts, you want to be making 1 to 500 risk to reward. Or I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. Okay. You want to utilize your knowledge and skills base for money instead of the time. Okay. So yeah, guys, I think scanning through the market, there's a lot going on at the moment. To me, I won't take USD CHF at all. I'd rather just wait. I may possibly take Euro Japanese yen. We'll see. But for me, I'm happy with just watching to see what happens on the sidelines for now. Euro Japanese yen has probably got the nicest price action I've seen so far. And if it does more of what I like, then you may see a trade on both my challenge account and the other account. And we'll take it from there. But for now, guys, with what's going on in the market, I think it would just be a good idea to just call it relaxation period today. I don't really see anything across anywhere. I've deleted any pending order that I had, and I think I'm going to leave it that way. So, guys, I'll leave you to it. I hope you guys enjoyed that session, and take care, everyone.